There's a little technique I want to sort of teach you, creating seamless loops. A very sort of basic and stagnant beat is one that just starts on the first beat and ends on the fourth, or if it's like 2 bars or 4 bars, and you can distinctly hear the loop. So it starts and it ends, and it starts and it ends. And if you really want to create a really nice groover and a track that just seamlessly flows throughout the loop, is you want to be adding things just before and just after the beat starts. It's kind of like gluing that section. You want to create a transition between each bar. And how I like to do that is by adding in some percussions and some sounds which do gel them 2 parts together. So what you do is you work with the sounds at the very end of the bar and at the very start of the next bar. So in this particular instance, I've created a little shaker which gels bar 3, bar 2 and bar 3 together. So yeah, it's a dead simple thing, which does work to sort of, like I say, blend those 2 bars together. Now I've gone a little bit further. So with this particular sample that I've used, so you can hear here that after the second bar into the third, there's a definitive stop in this loop, isn't there? So that's a loop, that's a loop, that's a loop, that's a loop, and it's quite linear and it's a little bit flat. And you can hear that's where the shakers are coming in, just to kind of blend those 2 bars together. So what I did was I got another sample which is in the same key, and I've added it in that blank bit that's sort of in between the 2 loops. I'll play them together. I'll play you what that sounds like. I'll play them both together. And I'll put the shaker in there as well. So yeah, so you get the idea. It's a really good way to sort of turn a very boring, stagnant loop into something that flows. You know, I like to make sure that the percussions are doing a similar job. So like there's a conga in this, playing with the warp marker, the start time, because this is the conga. Again, just a really boring basic start, stop, start, stop. But I brought the start of the loop to a different section in the 16th note, and now what that's doing is it's completely transformed that stagnant loop into something that is going to blend the rest of the drums. So if I play it before, it's quite a boring, predictable loop. Change it to this. Is that how I had it before? Oh no, it was there. So now, like, there's not really any kind of one defining loop within the track. It all just flows and blends all the way through really nicely. So that's a really useful technique. I would absolutely use that in all your tracks.